right, we'll talk to Barstool Big Cat right now because we love football. I love football.
Football.
And I love talking football. No days off as we're here at Hallis Hall talking Bears Commanders as Big Cat joins us right now on the CarX Tire and Auto Hotline. I love football. Do you love football?
I love football. No days off?
Yes, no days off.
Where were you last week?
Oh, I was on a site survey. Site survey. Yellow.
My headphones came out when you were trying to make an excuse for being away for however long. I
thought you were just freezing him out because you didn't believe him.
No, I'm driving in my car. My phone slipped and my headphones popped out as Silvy was making another excuse for missing work during football season. It was perfect. It was like a higher power said, we don't want to hear this anymore.
They just automatically just pulled out. That's great.
Yeah.
Excuse me?
I know.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Really?
It's very
Wow.
weird. Speaking about
Careful
being
with that,
excited,
especially while you're driving.
do you know how excited Jurko is to be on your show tomorrow?
Yes, he's coming on Pro Football Show. So not PMT, but Pro Football Show. We need to get him on PMT as well. I'm very excited. He's coming to the Barstool offices. It's going to be great. We're going to pick all the games. I already told Carm he's got to fill his head with some stats so he comes prepared. I heard through the grapevine, and really it was just when I was texting with Carm, he basically said that Jurko was not bemoaning, but being like, now I actually have to do work this week. And Carm just looked at him and was like, we host a show every day together, dude.
Yeah.
So, but that's the good kid, that's how he operates.
We've tried to convince him to wear a tuxedo for the show tomorrow.
He should.
Yeah.
He should. And hey, Waddle, you're next up. We got to do it in the morning, but you're next up.
All right.
Is that why he didn't get the call first over Jurko? Because you got to change your schedule for him?
Yeah, we had to change the schedule. PFT had something in the afternoon, so we have to do PMT early in the day, and we had to do the Pro Football Show, which we usually tape around 10 a.m. In the afternoon. So next time we're back to 10 a.m., it's Waddle.
Okay. All right. That's good. Because Jurko walked in supposedly, and he strutted down to Zetterman's office on Monday, and he said, guess where the good kid is going on Thursday? Like, you don't understand. He is never excited to get extra duties. And how excited he was from your invite, Big Cat. He was so happy.
I think he's a little nervous, though. I think he's a little nervous.
I think he's also excited because I told him to bring his golf clubs. He can stay as long as he wants on the golf simulator afterwards.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, that may be it.
Yeah.
The card game may break out as well.
Yeah, I'm down for
his way.
Hopefully he stays for Thursday Night Football. It'd be great.
He may never return.
Yeah.
That's fine by me.
Do you have sleeping quarters there? Is there somewhere for him to catch a nap?
We got everything. So he'll be set up. He'll be set up nicely.
That's great. All right, so did you guys make a bet? I heard last week you guys were talking about a possible tattoo bet between you and so tell us.
Well, we just did. We did it last year. We did a tattoo bet because remember it was both teams were god awful and it was a Thursday night game and no one cared about it. So I obviously the Bears won. PFT got a tattoo and I have to be a gentleman about it. He's like, hey, tattoo bet again. I was like, yeah, let's run it back. So I think for the rest of our lives, every time the Bears and Commanders are going to play, we're just going to get a tattoo. So this is how I end up with a full sleeve. So I think the Bears are going to win. So he'll have two tattoos from the Bears. But I'm excited for this game. I hope Jaden Daniels plays. I want him to play.
You want him to play? Okay.
Yes, of course I want him to play. Listen, I'm not scared of anyone. I think our defense is ready for the task. And I'm excited. This was the first time in a very long time that the Bears were on a bye week, and instead of saying, oh, thank God, like I don't have to, feel the dread of a Bears game, I was being like, man, I miss the Bears. I want to watch Caleb play.
You're not the to be the best, I want to beat the best guy, are you? Or you just wanted to see a nice matchup between the number 1 and number 2 pick in this recent draft?
I want to see it for our podcast selfishly. And also, Jaden Daniels has a rib injury and he's not running. He's probably not going to be as effective. So, because that's the one thing I'm nervous about. I think our defense is ready for him as a passer. I don't know if we're ready for him as a runner. But yeah, it's rating. That's a business part of me.
Okay,
I think the Bears beat either quarterback. I'm very excited about this game, and I think they're going to look great coming off the bye.
You know, and again, there's part of me that agrees with you because Waddle's doesn't understand why I want Jaden Daniels to play. I look at it as like the reward system here. Okay, the number one goal is to beat the Commanders. And yes, the easiest way to beat the Commanders is if Marcus Mariota plays. But the biggest reward in all of this would be is if Caleb Williams goes into his hometown and beats the Commanders and the Bears defense makes Jaden Daniels look bad. So they win the Caleb Jaden showdown, and they do it against Jaden Daniels and slow him down. Like, that's a huge feather in your cap game.
Yes, exactly. I know it shouldn't matter because wins should be the only thing that matters.
Right.
But, yeah, and it's also like the excitement. I was excited about this game. It definitely takes a little of the excitement out if it's Marcus Mariota. If I thought, I think Marcus Mariota's good, too. That's the other thing is I don't know if there's that – like you saw him run that offense last week. I know it was against the Panthers. So I don't think it's like if it were Tim Boyle was their backup, I'd be like, yeah, give me Tim Boyle so we can win this game, no problem. I think it's going to be – the Bears defense is going to have to show up whether it's Jaden Daniels or Marcus Mariota.
The football fan in me would love to see Jaden Daniels play. The Bears fan in me, I don't care. I just want to double.
You don't even care to see them like have a fantastic game against Jaden Daniels?
I want the path of least resistance. Save your energy so that when we face better teams in the division, I don't have to sweat, or that I can save my energy.
I understand that. Yeah, and obviously, if it wasn't the pardon my take factor, obviously plays into this a lot because people want to see it. Our fans want to see it. And they want to see us talk about it. Do you guys agree with my assessment that we lost the bye week?
Lost the bye week
because the division won, and
yes, because it was the Packers beating the Texans. And then the Vikings and Lions, you would have preferred it to be either Lions win, and it's like, all right, the Vikings win, and all right, they're 6-0, they're never going to be caught, or the Lions win so soundly that you can tell yourself that the Vikings are frauds. Instead, it was two good teams going toe-to-toe, and I sat there being like, man, do we have it tough.
Let me counter. Let me counter. So I know already they're not winning the division. The way they're getting to the postseason is through the wild card. Atlanta lost, Tampa lost, and they got banged up. San Francisco lost, and they got way more banged up. So I believe that the competition for the wild card got easier because of the things that happened this past weekend.
Silvy wins that argument.
No.
Wins it convincingly.
I saw it as no, because how are we going to get to the wild card? We got to win some games in the back half of the season, and I was hoping that on Sunday I could see something from other NFC North teams that's like, ooh, that can be exploited, and I saw nothing. I saw three really good teams, and I'm very, very concerned.
Well, you have plenty of weeks for guys to get hurt on other teams.
Listen, I don't root for injuries. Sounds like you do.
Didn't say that I did. Just play its reality.
The Bears are a good football team. It's okay to say that they are right now, as we sit here, the fourth best team in the NFC North. And that has nothing to do with the Bears. It has everything to do with the NFC North being as good as it is this year.
Are you enjoying the level of play in the league so far? I know the NFC North has been great, but there's been some duds. There's been some real duds out there.
Well, we went through it on Monday's show, and I think what's happened with it's very, like, it kind of crept up on people. The AFC just stinks.
Sucks.
There are so many bad teams in the AFC. It's half of the league is just bad. Yeah. So you get all these matchups, and you get just weird games where, like, I don't want to watch the Raiders play football anymore. I don't want to watch the Dolphins play football without Tua.
How about the Patriots? You want to watch some Patriots football?
No, and the Jaguars, they're bad, but they obviously are better than the Patriots. The Titans, get them off my screen. So there's some really bad teams in the AFC. And then in the NFC, there's only three bad teams that you can really point to. And, it's just a tougher conference this year. It just seems like I know that maybe the top end of the AFC with the Chiefs and the Ravens, but the Lions, this is the first time in Lions history that they are now the prohibitive favorite to win the NFC. That's pretty crazy.
It is.
This was a year where we talked about the AFC loaded with, Joe Burrow with the Bengals. You got, Josh Allen with the Bills. You got Patrick Mahomes. Like, it seemed like when the season kicked off, the AFC was going to be a meat grinder.
Yeah, but Rodgers stinks.
Yeah.
He's old. Yeah, and there's some of these teams. The Bengals started slow, so yeah, it's crazy to think of how difficult, especially our division is in a year where there's some games to be had everywhere else.
Did he eat his boogers? Like he came out then on McAfee?
He definitely did. He definitely did.
You go nose to mouth.
Some science. Yeah. He's probably like, oh, this is actually how I reach peak performance or something. I have to eat my own boogers.
I don't.
He's
That's
a booger
one,
eater.
Have you ever been an eater?
No, I don't eat them. I pick my nose all the time, but I don't eat them.
So do I. But I don't understand. If it's something you're pulling out of your body and then you're putting it in your mouth, that doesn't make sense. Are we doing that with earwax too? What about anything else that you can kind of pry out of you?
I forget about earwax, and then every now and then I'll be like, oh, whoa, I got a whole candle in there.
Yeah. You don't put it in your mouth then.
No, I don't put it in my mouth.
There's only one thing I've done in my life that came from my body that I put in my mouth.
Fingernail.
Yes.
Toenail.
I may have done that a time or two.
I bite my fingernails.
Yeah,
I bite my fingernails. You got to. Come on. Oh, what am I going to take out a clipper? That's crazy.
But after they're off your finger, do you put it in your mouth ever?
I don't think I do that.
I have.
I think you've done that. I think you have done it. I think you're in denial. I don't think you're admitting it.
I don't know if I'm in denial. I just don't remember ever doing it. I've probably done everything. I've probably eaten my boogers now that I'm.
But here's the thing: your fingernails are already on the exterior of your body. Boogers in your nose. They got to come out.
True.
So it's like anything that's inside.
Now the fingernails are more exposed to germs, though.
I don't even think about germs.
Yeah, like not during
I
football
got 3 little
season.
kids.
Yeah,
There's
you're
no
kidding me?
germs. Yeah, germs are just. I basically have the best immune system in the world, so I'm not worried about it.
Wow, you just
All right, here we have a.
I'm just gonna say I'm not a jinx guy.
Hey, by the way, Waddle, I saw you little cozy time with your grandson, not really watching football. You had your back turned to the TV.
Well, it was 9 a.m. Dirtball.
There was football on.
Not at 9 a.m. There was it.
Yeah, there was.
Game. Jaguars.
No. This video was from Saturday.
Oh, that's convenient. Oh,
well, that's when it was.
Ball watching off.
That's when I was giving out the schedule for the NCAA. By the way, I didn't post that either. My wife must have done that. I wouldn't post that.
Well, I'm just saying, we go toe-to-toe. Who watches more ball? I saw you.
Oh, you do. There's no question. Yeah, no. Well, but that was 9 o'clock on a Saturday. There was no ball on.
My kids could be at the stove starting a fire. I'm watching the ball.
That's fantastic.
Oh,
did you? Here's our way of previewing the bowl season. Did you hear Cooper Kupp talk about his showdown with Zach LaVine?
Yes, I saw that. Yeah.
Okay. So for those who didn't see it, this is him on the podcast with Matthew Stafford talking about how they met in high school. I believe this was in the state playoffs too. So back in the day, Cooper Kupp, as a basketball player, faced off with Zach LaVine, basketball player, obviously, head-to-head, Cooper Kupp getting the upper hand. Take a listen.
Any consideration for basketball in college because you guys won the 4A state championship.
Mm-hmm.
And real deep dive, obscure fact of the day, held Zach LaVine to 4 points in a quarterfinal game.
The
quarterfinals.
The points
huge game.
Yeah, the points thing
beat him up
is up for debate. When you want to say he ended with 14.
Oh,
I didn't play the fourth quarter though.
Zone defense.
We were up. No.
He was just on your side.
It was
man to man,
and
you walked out and put a hand in his face.
No, it was full court.
Okay,
I'm going to admit that I played pretty good defense that game.
I can believe that.
But all I did was not let him shoot a 3-pointer.
Yeah.
Make him drive, help defense.
Yeah.
So it was more of that kind of thing. And we were up at like 35 by the end of the third. So they pulled
up 35.
Oh yeah, we dunked 0 times in one state.
That's
the
impressive.
entire season.
Really bad for the state of Washington.
Are these guys high?
Adam,
they sound high.
Zach LaVine.
Dunked 0 times.
It's okay. He's a good rocker.
Yeah, they might be.
But Zach LaVine, yes, got it.
I am so.
You
sorry,
held him to
Zach.
4 points.
I just need to apologize to Zach for what just happened.
Okay, so like, does that tell you all you need to know about Zach LaVine, even back in the day? That if he's being held down by Cooper Kupp, and we're wondering why he can't come through in a big game in a Bulls uniform.
Yeah, my entire Bulls preview is essentially I'm not going to take them seriously until they trade Zach LaVine. You have to do it. They have some nice young players, but it's going to be the Zach LaVine show until Zach LaVine needs to play for the first 3 weeks, show that he's healthy, and then get him out of town. That's it. I agree. If they don't do it, then it's just like this team is a joke, and they're going to keep doing the same thing and win 37 games. And because the East is so bad, maybe get the 10 seed and do the play-in thing. We need our pick, which is a top 10 protected. But the last thing we need is another 38, 39 win season, which I don't think they'll get. But that would be more death and more years kicking the can down the road.
I'm not even watching. Not until they are available on.
I'm not watching either. Well, I'm watching illegally, but I'm not watching.
Did you get one of the, what they call those things? The
super
big
box?
Super box? Did you buy yourself a super box?
I'm not buy a super box. I'm gonna keep Jay Reinsdorf's gonna keep me being a criminal, and I'm gonna keep watching illegally.
It's 2024, and I really have to have an antenna delivered to my house and plug it into the side and just hope that when I scroll through everything that my TV hooks in.
Did, Big Cat. I did it for my kids.
No.
The antenna was delivered today from Apt.
Wow. Hey, speaking of kids, what were you guys' take on Bronny? I want to hear it because this is a test of whether.
I think it's the silliest thing I've ever seen in the world. I think it's silly.
What'd you say?
I said I think it's the silliest thing in the world. I feel bad for Bronny because he's not an NBA player. He's a pawn in this game. They're doing this for LeBron, not for Bronny. And I think Miller and I were talking about it. He goes, well, at least he gets $4 million. They're that's couch change for the James family. The $4 million that Bronny gets is meaningless. I would be a bit embarrassed if I was Bronny.
It wasn't even an accomplishment for him.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Because he didn't accomplish anything.
He's a prop. They're using him as a prop.
It was so initially when he got drafted, I was like, oh, that's kind of cool for LeBron. Then I assumed that he was going to be on a G League roster and work on his game and all that stuff. And then eventually maybe it would happen. But the fact they did a game one was such a joke. It was a photo shoot for LeBron. And it's if you could have done that in a correct way, that would have been more meaningful. And by that, I mean, Bronny plays in the G League for a year or two. LeBron's about to retire. He does his he's going to do a 10-year retirement tour. And then on his last game, Bronny is called up on a 10-day and he gets to play with him. And you're like, okay, that's kind of cool. But the way they did it in the first game was so stupid and so ridiculous. And it was anyone who thinks that was some meaningful, cool moment, you're a loser.
Well, why do you think there were so many of those people then? Why were there so many people who were saying that this is an emotional moment?
I don't think those people understood that Bronny's not an NBA player.
Yeah, I think they were confused because it's the accolades they're throwing on LeBron, which I get because that's the thing is I have no problem with LeBron James doing this because he has the power. He's done this for he's been in the league for 20 plus years. He has the power to do it. Nepotism happens everywhere. LeBron, if he has that power, go ahead and do it. I just don't have to sit there and pretend that it's some huge accomplishment. Right. That's my thing. I'm not going to play along. I have no problem with you doing it, but I'm not going to play along and be like, oh my God, it's just like the Griffey.
I think you'll be, it's not even close. Right. And I think you'll be impressed with this. We had Wilbon on yesterday, and you've joked about name drops and stuff like that. Wilbon said that he told his producer that he will not talk about LeBron and Bronny, that he doesn't think it's important, that he doesn't think it's worth his time. The producers have tried to tell him it's getting a lot of clicks, it's getting a lot of ratings, and Wilbon said, to his credit, that it's not a story, it's not a real story, and he will not discuss it on the show.
I love it. We put a bounty on Bronny. We said that anyone who dunks on Bronny in an NBA game, we will have you on Pardon My Take. So if anyone can do that out there, You're welcome to come on. You actually have to come
Why
on.
are you going after Bronny though? Like, I mean,
I'm
like
not.
he's done nothing.
Okay.
If
I hate that I have to explain the joke. It's basically getting a guest from the NBA to
okay,
come on the
that's good.
show.
All right. That's
You
fine.
see what I'm saying? I'm not
I got
expecting
All right.
people to walk around on the street trying to dunk on Bronny and then have him on the show.
KD finally gets his chance.
Yeah.
Yeah. KD does it. He gets a free part of my cheesesteak and he gets to come on the show.
I'm just like, I'm locked into being, I feel bad for Bronny because, like, if you're Bronny, like, you are a prop
Right,
in a play.
it's a pawn, yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I feel bad. Like, does he even?
It's not- you didn't
he's
ask
got to
for
be
that,
self-aware that he's not good enough to be on the Lakers
Is
team.
he? I mean, I don't know him at all.
I think deep down he probably feels a little ridiculous. Like especially just going out on the court. And I think Anthony Edwards started talking junk to him right away. That can't feel good.
No, that's
It can't feel good to be in that locker room and be like, everyone knows why I'm here. The whole thing is a little weird.
Oh, by the way, how's bidet life?
What?
Do you have a bidet now?
No.
Someone tweeted us
What?
saying, rumor on the street is that Barstool Big Cat uses a bidet now. He's a
No.
changed man, sleek.
Where'd that come from?
Never.
Just out of the
ever.
blue.
I've never even sat on a bidet. That is crazy.
Do you wash
No.
yourself in the shower at least?
You hover on
I
a
do,
bidet.
but I'm not doing a bidet.
So you're
I don't want-
anti-bidet. Have you talked about that?
Yes, that guy's messing with you. As anti-bidet as it gets. I don't want some French water, shooting up my backside.
Have you tried it, though?
No, and I don't want to.
I think you would enjoy it, quite frankly.
You're not getting French water down in Bucktown or wherever you live.
You can't be fresh down there. I think you would enjoy a bidet.
Wow.
Dude wipes.
You just called out his downstairs freshness, really?
Yeah,
Did you just hear that? You called out his freshness down below
You know
the
it's
belt.
not. It's not
Below the
fresh.
belt.
It's actually like it's kind of suspect that you like the water being shot up there. I like to just put my whole fist up there. That's a real man.
You can't do that with a washcloth. I got dizzy.
Yeah, you went there. That's what you
We
get.
gotta go.
You went there. That's
Well
what you
played
get.
by that guy.
Yes.
That guy listens to me, and he knows
Yes.
I'm anti-bidet.
He just got on the show.
Yeah,
he
trolled.
just got on the show. That's what he did.
Well
That was
played.
good, though. He got me. I thought
he
you were
did.
really a bidet guy.
Yeah,
Lucky Luciano.
he just dunked
Yeah.
on Bronny. That's what he just did.
Smart.
He got me good.
Smart.
All right, see you, Big
All right.
Cat.
Wash your
See you
fist.
guys.
Wash your fist.